on? I'm back with the Oval, and I'm just gonna be honest. This episode it wasn't really much. Like, you know, this should usually be having some drama, but I guess it's just like, what do y'all call it, the filler episode? Cause that's exactly what it felt like. So we're just gonna get into it. I'm gonna do segment by segment, and let's just talk about it. This episode is called Me and You. And it picks up where it left off at last week. Obviously, I wasn't around last week, so I didn't really get to talk about it. So just a little bit. So Hunter and Victoria is in bed, and she's like, you know, she drops her earrings. So she's like, oh, you know, I'm gonna turn around and pick it up. And for some reason, Hunter's like, no, don't pick it up. I'll have the maid pick it up. No, no, no. She's like, yo, calm down. It's right here in my hand. Like, all I gotta do is just pick it up and that's it. And she picked it up, and then she looked at her hand and she's like, yo, what the fuck is that? It's mad blood on her hand. So she's like, yo, what the hell is going on, Hunter? As usual, Hunter likes to play dumb. He likes to irritate Victoria. So he's just like, I don't know what you talk about. Oh, I slit my wrist. And she was like, bitch, do I look dumb to you? Like, if you gonna talk about slitting your wrist, you need to show some actual wrist marks. And I'm like, God damn, Hunter. Yo, he is just so dumb. Like, I love Hunter. Like, he's one of my favorite characters because he just don't give a fuck. But he just be so dumb sometimes. So she finally gets it out of him, like, after this long drawn thing. And he's just like, yo, you know, I really thought that you killed her. I don't really know what happened. He basically explains to her everything that he could remember. And he's just like, I don't know. She's like, what the fuck? And they point to, I guess it's the fireplace, and there's swords there. And she was asking, like, how the fuck did her head get cut off? Like, what type of shit is that? He's like, yo, there's a missing sword. Like, I don't know where it's at. Like, I really don't know what happened to her. I don't know what happened that day. And Victoria's just like, yo, you know what? Like, you on your fucking own with this one. And he's like, what do you mean I'm on my own? You're not gonna help me? And I'm like, Hunter, you really not about to sit here and ask your wife that you've been cheating on with disrespectfully. You're not gonna really sit here and expect help from her. Like, you men, whoo, nothing to your name but audacity. So after that whole song and dance, Hunter calls Kyle and is like, yo, you need to get the fuck over here. So Kyle comes over and Hunter is pissed, like, yo, I thought you had this shit under control. He's like, what do you mean? I do have it under control. Like, everything is good. He picked up a vase and just hit Kyle in the head with it. I'm like, it should have killed him, but wishful thinking. And he's like, you fucking said you had it under control. Does this look like it's under control? It's still blood on the mattress. So basically, Kyle didn't get rid of all the evidence. He just flipped the mattress over. And his reason was because, like, you know what? During that time, the cameras came back on and your family was on their way. So I kind of just couldn't. So that was the only thing I could do in the meantime. And I was going to come back and get back to it. Hunter's like, well, it's too fucking late now. Like, Victoria knows every fucking thing. Like, and now she's pissed. And now she keep asking me questions on what the fuck is going on. And now, like, I don't know what to tell her because you were supposed to have this shit under control and you fucking didn't. Because he's a stupid ass bitch, Hunter. You need to fucking fire his funky ass. Kyle is like, you know what, I'm sorry. Like, you know, I'm gonna fix it. So he's just like, you know what, Kyle, just get the fuck out. Victoria's talking to, I don't really know who this woman is or whatever, but I'm guessing she's a part of the team that caters to their needs, I guess. Whatever they need, she's the woman that they go to or whatever. So Victoria's like, you know what, we need a new mattress. And the woman was like, you know, what is there something wrong with the mattress that you have now? She's like, Victoria's like, bitch, you asking too many fucking questions. And I'm just like, Victoria just can't be nice to no fucking body, like, at all. Like, it was just a rude back and forth. And long story short, they got a new mattress. And Hunter was like, well, where you get this from? She was like, I got a new mattress. He was like, so what are we supposed to do with the old one? So she's like, I guess we're going to put it back in this box after we take out the new one. And he's like, okay, so let's get started. Victoria was like, oh, honey, I already did half of the work. It's up to you to do the rest. You're on your fucking own. So he's just sitting there like, how the fuck am I supposed to get this mattress in there by myself? She was like, bitch, you better find a way. So let's talk about the hot fucking mess. Don, Lily, Kyle, and Bobby. So first things first, I feel so bad for Lily. Like, I feel bad for her in this position because, one, she didn't ask for a in the closet ass husband, and it's so sad because it's like she has to be with this guy or she fucking dies. Like, you know how fucked up that is? Especially, like, you going into a situation thinking that, yes, this is my husband, he loves me, like, I don't think he's gay or anything like that. Like, so when you find all this shit out, it's just like, that shit is a lot to deal with. So, and it gets even harder. So, so last week, Kyle and Don was upstairs, and Kyle was trying to fuck Don, and Don is just like, no, because Lily is going to come back. She's going to be home anytime soon. He's like, listen, I'm tracking her right now, because he was trying to make sure if she was going to go to the cops and talk or not. So he's like, I'm tracking her right now. She's at the police station. She's been sitting there. She didn't go in or anything like that. So if she is moving and she's on her way here, it's going to alert me, and I'll let you know when she's on her way. So Don is like, okay. And so they start having sex or whatever. So surprise, 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 his radio just happens to just turn off. And I'm like, yo, this fucking Kyle is a bird, yo. Like, he's a whole fucking bird that just needs to get shot and die. I'm so over this. But anyways, so while that whole little session is going on, Lily's downstairs, and I guess she's hearing all of this shit. So after Kyle gets a call from the president telling him to get his ass over there, he's going downstairs, he's getting all dressed or whatever, and Lily is sitting on the couch, and she's just sitting there, and Kyle is just the fucking worst person in the world. He is such a shady bottom ass bitch. It's not even funny. He's basically gloating like, yes, I just fucked your husband upstairs in y'all bed that y'all share together type shit. And he turns around and says, I hate you, you bitch. And I'm just like, I don't understand, like, how in Kyle's eyes that, I don't understand how Lily is the enemy here. I don't understand that, and this is where I'm just feeling so fucking bad, because she basically is stuck in a situation with some fucking fruity patootie ass guy who was too scared to come out the closet and let this woman on to be her fucking beard. And now she has to be disrespected by the side nigga. Like, get the come on now. Like, that shit just rubbed me so wrong. So Kyle finally leaves after Don figures out what's going on and tells him to get out. And Don is sitting there talking to Lily as if nothing fucking happens. He's like, I promise you everything is going to be fine. And she is just sitting there like the same way I'm sitting there like, yo, you not serious right now. Like, he's just like, you just have to deal with this. She'll be fine. Like, I'm going to keep fucking Kyle, and that's just it. Like, this is just how he's thinking. And, like, Lily just has to go along with it or she's going to die. Like, do you not hear this shit? So he basically tells her everything is going to be fine. And she's just sitting there like, yo, let me tell you something. I thought I could, you know, maybe come around to this, but I fucking can't. This shit is so disgusting, it's not even funny. And I see some people getting their feelings like, oh, she's being homophobic. No, the fact that you can say that, it just like, you're dismissing everything that's going on. This woman was under the impression that her husband is straight and loves her. So yeah, like, if I find my husband is first of all, like, I think if it was a woman or a man, like, you're disgusted that your partner is touching somebody that is not you in the ways that they touch you. Like, that shit is a disgusting, hurtful feeling. So that's where she's coming from. So can we gonna stop the whole homophobic narrative? Like, no. This just happens to be a homosexuality storyline, but it's not even like that. Just fucking relax. So Lily is just like, yo, let me tell you something. I'm going to sleep in the guest room. I don't want you saying shit to me. Don't you fucking come in that room for nothing, and just leave me the fuck alone. Do you know this bitch was like, oh, so do you want to go out for lunch later? I'm just sitting there like, yo, this nigga is a fucking, he is something else. He is something fucking else. So Don goes and leaves to go to work, and Lily immediately calls Bobby, and I'm like, what are you calling him for? Because, like, you're shitting on him, but asking for help and looking for comfort all in the same thing. And it's just like, man, you're weird. And they have a little conversation or whatever, and Bobby was just like, you know, I just need to know if you're okay. Like, just let me know if you're okay. What happened last night? You know, what can I do? You need to give me some information so I can help you. And she's like, yo, I really don't know what intel or information you're asking me for. Like, I don't know. But this is fucked up, like, and I just don't fucking want to be here, which I can understand. I'm just at the point where I feel like Lily just needs to let Don and Kyle do them. You keep doing Bobby. And first of all, you need to have a talk with Don. Like, listen, if you want me fucking Kyle, then I'm gonna be fucking somebody else, because like you can't expect me to be in this relationship unhappy and unfucked. Like, no, I gotta get something, and being that you're not going to do it, I have somebody that's willing to do it. So let me do that. I will be as discreet as possible, and then if you need me for these little presidential parties or these little public outings, then fine, I'll play the wife. But then other than that, once I get in the house, I'm going in my guest room, and you're gonna leave me the fuck alone. I feel like that's just how it needs to be done. Like, because it's like, okay, I kind of don't want to die. And then he's talking about, oh yes, we have to have babies. If I'm fucking my reproductive system. I don't know how, but I'm fucking my shit's up. And if I do happen to get pregnant, I'm finding every type of like old school remedy to have a fucking miscarriage, because you're not, no, nigga, we already married. I'm not gonna be held to you or tied to you anymore, especially with a kid. Absolutely not. So Lily needs to figure something out, because I'm feeling so bad for her. It's infuriating. So now we're just gonna get to the most least interesting fucking storyline. To me, I don't give a fuck about Barry, his dumbass, and his dumbass girlfriend, and his dumbass mother, and now his dumbass father. Let's get to it. So it starts with Kareem and Sharon are outside of the pharmacy. It's like 4 in the morning. And they boarded up the doors or whatever, and he's looking, he's like, you know what, I can't really leave this like this, so you know what, just go home, and I'ma just stay here and just man this out, because this mad niggas out here just ready to like rob this place. Like, they all was sitting out there too, just standing there ready. So he's just like, you know, just go home. And she's like, no, I'm not gonna go, you know, like we can stay here together. I don't really have a home to go to. And I'm like, yeah, because Barry kicked your ass out of his mother's place. You definitely don't have nowhere to go. So she like, you know what, we can just both stay here, and you know, we can build a little bed and shit like that. And I'm just like, yo, these niggas is fucking irritating already. That scene went on a little, it went on too long for no fucking reason, and I was over it. So at the hospital, Nancy is still at bedside with Richard. She's basically like, I'm just not leaving his side. And Priscilla and Sam comes in or whatever with coffee, and she's like, you know what, y'all could go home. Like, y'all been here all night. Y'all gotta work in a couple of hours. Just go home and get some rest. And they was just like, okay, you sure? Like, all right, fine, just keep us posted or whatever. So she's sitting there, and Richard finally wakes up. And his main concern is like, where's Barry? How is he? What's going on with him? And Nancy's like, yo, fuck that nigga. Like, that's pretty much where she's at right now with him. She's like, yo, fuck Barry. Like, let's worry about you. Let's get yourself better, whatever. And he's just like, where is Barry? She's like, Barry's locked up. He's in jail, and that's pretty much it. So now he's panicking. He's like, yo, we got to get him out of there. We got to do something about this. You got to make sure he don't talk to nobody in there or whatever. And Nancy is just like, calm down. Like, just calm down. Like, just relax. Like, fine, I will go and talk to him. If you want me to go talk to him, I will go and talk to him. And Richard basically alluded to Barry maybe possibly killing Ruth. And me personally, I don't feel like he killed Ruth. Now, granted, it looks very, very shady. It looks, all the trails is leading to Barry, because Ruth kidnapped their daughter that they just don't bring up anymore. And I'm like, so are we ever gonna look for this little girl again, or we give up? Your daughter that she abandoned, and then all of a sudden she ends up dead. They find a knife on you. She was killed with a knife. So it's like, it definitely can be that way. And my issue is just that they just completely forgot about the little girl. I'm like, so did y'all just... Okay. He makes it to the police station. Barry comes out, and she's just like, what the fuck is going on with you? And he's like, how is dad doing? You know, how is he? And she's like, he's fine. He just woke up or whatever. He's the reason why I'm over here, if we're being honest. And he's like, you know, just tell dad I'm sorry. She was like, are you really fucking sorry? Are you really sorry? She was like, what possessed you to drive your car through the shop? You could have killed yourself and your father. Like, I don't understand what the issue is. So he finally explains to her that he caught Sharon and Kareem fucking, like, first of all, and just, they was fucking, like, now the pharmacy doors have glass doors, so you can see everything that's going on. So they are really just on top of the counter where people pay for their drugs at, just having a good old time, and Barry just went crazy. So she's going off on him, and she's basically goating him like, you killed Ruth. I know you did. I know when you're fucking lying. Just admit that you did it. And then he's like, yo, you know what? After like the 18th time, you know what? Yeah, I did do it. And then it just went, it cut off like that. And I'm just like, I don't know what's going to happen next week, but I guess we're going to find out, because I don't really care about Nancy and Barry, because they're all a bunch of fucking idiots. Y'all need to find that little fucking girl who's with that goddamn Rakadushi or whatever the motherfucking cult. You need to find her. You too busy worried about Sharon and who she's fucking. Sharon don't give a fuck about you, and she didn't give a fuck about that little girl, if you're being fucking honest. Find your fucking daughter. Well, shit, you probably going to jail. You're going to jail now, so somebody need to find that little girl, though. Like, that shit is really irritating me, because we just completely just forgot about her. And that's not cool. But that was the Oval. I really wasn't feeling the episode that much. It didn't really give me anything. Like I said, it was a filler episode. And hopefully next week it picks up, and I'll be back to review it next week. So, thank you, and later.